Its advertising is falling off a cliff. The sponsorship isn't, and I put that down to the fact that it is now much more at the centre of the marketing mix.
I think this conference is fantastic. I love this conference. And I think this really is and should be the meeting ground for sponsorship for Britain. It's the only thing which comes close to a trade meeting for sponsorship. The energy is fantastic, so long may the sponsorship continue.
We are 100% committed to trying to make sure you do have a good day.
I want to thank you all for being with us. Thank you very much. Cheaper, smarter, better. Let's cut the frills, cut the nonsense, and let's just get back to basics.
Build equity in your brand. Think about what it is that you stand for.
This is what I'm seeking to achieve. This is what you're seeking to achieve. Perhaps together we could find a way that would be mutually beneficial.
The sponsors aren't walking away completely. We're not falling off a cliff. It's things like the activation budgets, perhaps where we're seeing less investment, but on the whole, they're core properties they're clinging on to.
I found the how to find a sponsor presentation really useful because it gave really clear advice.
I think brands and sponsors are getting fed up of off-the-shelf packages, and it's got to really meet our commercial objectives.
It's a good time for sponsorship because we're getting better and better at doing it.
This is our first Think sponsorship. We wish we'd been here before, actually. Just coming here, just as a learning exercise, it has incredible value.
I've learnt a lot today. I think it's been well run, I think well organised.
I think very highly of the Think sponsorship, and I think they've put together a great agenda.
All the tips that I've heard today have been really hugely helpful.
Very, very focused, and I guess you're lucky having that theme of, what's the recession doing?
To hear right from the top level, because it ultimately is reflected down the chain anyhow.
Speakers have been wonderful, really clear. I've taken away some really good information.
I like coming to these because it is essential that those selling sponsorship understand what those buying sponsorship want.
Both informative in the sense of presentations were good, but also in practical terms, hopefully in the real life situations you take more out of it.
We've had some fantastic content from the speakers, but equally fantastic content from the delegates.
It's been interesting just meeting new people and a network. It's been great.
There are people here who can just give you personal advice. There are people here who maybe could invest a little bit, and then there are people who could be your title sponsors.
Lots of sponsors, lots of agencies, lots of rights holders, and that's really our sort of mandate, is to try to facilitate an interaction between those three groups, the sponsorship triangle, and that's what we've done.
Great networking opportunity. It's really helps galvanising you into doing something positive when you get back to your organisation.
From the bottom up, it's an incredibly worthwhile experience, and what is really great is the generosity of spirit here.
Met a few people who, we've got a lot of synergy between what our two organisations do, and we've kind of started to talk about ways that we might be able to work together.
A good idea when it chimes well with the company and with the whole activity. It just feels right and it's exciting.
Just really thinking about how can I make it that little bit different, and I think it's very beneficial to the sponsorship industry.
If you haven't been to Think Sponsorship, you're out of the loop, and this got us in the loop, and now perhaps we can take our event to the level at which we think it deserves to be.